Banished from Earth, classic Game Room broadcasts from the intergalactic space arcade on its never-ending mission to review everything. Welcome to Classic Game Room, coming to you from the Intergalactic Space Arcade. Thank you once again to everyone who's backed Classic Game Room on Patreon. The show has done very well, and I'm extremely grateful because I can continue reviewing awesome games like this, the incredible Panzer Dragoon Orta. Sit back and relax. This game is great, and so are all of you. Thank you very much for supporting Classic Game Room. Now, let's take over the future of the universe. Every now and then I play a game and step back and just say, wow, now that was a piece of art. And this is one of those games, released in 2003 from Sega and Smilebit. It's Panzer Dragoon Orta. Where do I get one of those things as a pet? I want to keep it out in the backyard on a leash, just freak out the neighbors. Has anyone seen Stumpy? He's about the size of Michigan, has 4 eyeballs and volcanoes. He loves blueberries. And you know what? I love this game. It's like Omega Boost with dragons. Which is funny because Omega Boost was like Panzer Dragoon with robots. This is a 2003 release from Sega and Smilebit for the original Xbox One, the first one. But not the first Panzer Dragoon game. In fact, this is the 6th and final one, following Panzer Dragoon, Panzer Dragoon Zwei, Panzer Dragoon Mini, and Panzer Dragoon Saga. And if you were counting, yes, there's one more of all game systems to get a Panzer Dragoon. I haven't played it, but there's also Panzer Dragoon R-Zone on the Tiger R-Zone. Panzer Dragoon has been trapped in the R-Zone! I should do the rest of the review from within the R-Zone, except it's red and blurry, and doesn't deserve a Panzer Dragoon game like this. Good times. That was one of my all-time favorites, the R-Zone. Review, not the R-Zone itself. It's a piece of shit. But this game sure isn't. Holy crap, is Panzer Dragoon Orta good. I'm not sure if it's as amazing as the original on the Sega Saturn. It doesn't have quite the same level of art design, and the music's not nearly as good, but this is easily one of the best Xbox games that I've ever played, and an incredible on-rails shooter, kinda like Omega Boost, which was kinda like Panzer Dragoon. You can't fly wherever you want, you just fly where the game tells you to, but you can move around the screen and lock onto enemies with your dragon's homing lasers, or shoot them manually with Orta's laser pistol. And I'm always a huge fan of homing lasers, because I feel like that really gives physics the middle finger. And I respect that. I like anything that defies science, like Cheese Whiz. There's no reason it should be good, it just is. But there's lots of reasons that Panzer Dragoon Orta is good, and did I just hear from somebody out there on the internet that you've never had Cheese Whiz? Oh my, you don't know what you're missing. You gotta go whiz. Now let's talk about the gameplay here. You don't control the dragon in an open world sense. You can move your dragon around the screen, and you have 3 dragons to choose from. Tapping the top button on your controller, and I'm playing this on Xbox 360, by the way. This is an original Xbox game that is backwards compatible with your 360. Tapping the Y button rotates between your base wing, heavy wing, and glide wing. You'll need all 3 to get through the game. The heavy wing is slow and more powerful. The base wing is good for most situations. It locks onto numerous targets and you can accelerate and decelerate. The glide wing is the most maneuverable. It's pretty weak, but good for some of those tunnel sequences and certain boss battles. In typical Panzer Dragoon fashion, enemies will surround you from all directions, and you can look forward, backwards, left, and right to fire. So the controls are interesting. It's an odd combination of flying your dragon while also aiming and shooting at the exact same time, which is somehow independent from the flight controls. It's a counterintuitive control scheme that takes some getting used to, but after a while it starts to make sense. And this is a tough game. Anything beyond easy is extremely challenging and will require much repeat gameplay. Thankfully, it saves you progress after each level, and it's a long game. And I've got a giant laser shooting dragon-sized classic game room shout out and thank you to send to Laurie from Imatra, Finland. Thank you for sending Panzer Dragoon Orta to this show. Quite some time ago, it took me a while to really dig into the game, but boy am I glad that I did, and I recommend that you all do so too. As you play through the game, you'll also unlock a lot of stuff in Pandora's box, including this neat little playthrough where you're one of the bad guys or something. There's a massive amount of content here, lots of replay value. It's just too bad the music isn't as good as the original, but beyond that, it's really a terrific game, and so highly recommended for your Xbox or your Xbox 360. I look forward to making Panzer Dragoon Saga my next Panzer Dragoon game, and then maybe I'll even take that dreaded trip into the Warzone. How did it get a Panzer Dragoon game? It looks great, it plays well, and don't forget to upgrade all of your dragons. It's Panzer Dragoon Orta. The Warzone contains many mysteries and Panzer Dragoon. Why?